Classic material. Bobby. It's about to get messy. Bobby spit it deadly, taking up space like a 67 Chevy. Humble for a minute, but it's getting kinda heavy. Therefore I don't give a fuck because I gave too much already. Blowing out smoke, flicking ashes from the bogey. Plenty star power even though I stay low-key. Parted ways with niggas that I once considered homies. Let the past be the past, I can never let it own me. Niggas too phony, bitches too phony. That's why I stay dolly, rather deal with being lonely. One man army, scoring like Kobe. Dynamics of a new nigga, the soul of an OG. All about my cash flow, mad beat, mad dough. Produce my own shit, but I'm far from an asshole. Raw Frank the MC, salute when you see him. I make classic music, you could call me CM. CM penalized for not knowing the rules. Same shit they think is hot, I never thought it was cool. Motherfuckers ain't really ill, they just plain sick, like they trying to avoid going to school. And yeah, I'm talking to you niggas with imaginary haters. Halfway crooks getting imaginary paper. Bunch of clones copying, it's just part of their nature. I stand out cause I'm different, I guess I gotta thank you. It's messed up, I go to work more than I go to church. But to know the gospel's being told wrong really hurts. So I keep God in my heart when I head in. Through his graces I'm able to keep bringing the bread in. Brain sharp as a blade, my mind is my weapon. Gotta think sharp to survive in a hard setting. If the sentences was hard, Paul probably said it. Iller than most, so sick, consider it gross. Death by mail, killing when I deliver the quotes. I laugh at them, but they spit as a joke. Fuck out of here. Jokers approach asking why I'm so serious. I know what I know, and that's not to be oblivious. Keep your head up, steady eye on the target. Maintain your patience, the attitude of a marksman. Fuck what you talking, I draw the line and dare you to cross it. You never valued life until you lost it. Little nigga, I've been your idol, trying to do what I do and use the same title. We both MCs, but you tell a different story. I move crowds, you just stand for being mad corny. There's nothing you can ever write in your path for me. Third floor raps can't match with the top story. Consider me the rooftop, face it nigga. I'm 50 levels above all of you basement niggas. What's up?
Hey, hold up. Want to give shout out to my homegirl Stacy. Show me love. Oh shit! Let me see. I gotta go back here. Shit! What the hell? Huh? Oh, there we go. Showing me love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. My boy Anthony, showing me love. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time coming. And that song, well, I want to give a shout out to my brother Rob Frank, Underground Hip Hop. Subscribe to him. You know what I mean? And that song definitely goes out to the haters who thought I could never outdo them. Because people know about real knowledge and they're going to come to the truth. I know a lot of these suckers, they know who they are. I don't have to mention no names. A lot of people, they leaving them. Then they get mad and they want to slick this and all this other stuff, but I'm always going to outdo you. Your energy will always give me, your energy will always give me strength. Your energy, I need more of that hate. I need it. Because that is going to fuel the positivity in my life. That's going to give me more more power at the end of the day. So it's what it is. Yes, real followers. And organic too. Organic. Salute to Rashid. Shout out to Rashid. What's good, King? So what I want to do, I want to, chop it up on some things. We can talk about I want to talk about different topics that's been floating in the atmosphere. You hear about these crises, not crisis, but you hear about these riots with the Latinos, and they for some apparent reason, they are upset that black folks in the United States, and I guess they talking about the ones that's generational, was born in this country. They're upset because we're not in the front lines to fight their battle with ISIS. Only thing I got to say with that, and I've been saying this for the longest, that we should keep out of it. That's not our fight. Whatever going along with those Latinos, whether they want to claim Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever they want to call themselves, that's not our fight. If that's Mexicans over there being harassed in LA and all that stuff, then they need to call on other Latinos. Why us? How come you don't call on the Puerto Ricans? Now, the Puerto Ricans, they believe they're better than the Cubans. They think they're better. Why don't you call on them? Call on the Colombians. Why call on us? Why call on the African man? Why when these other races, when they go through hell, they always want to call on us. When the Europeans, Americans, when they want us to, when they in a crisis and they go either when these wars or whatever, let's call on the black man and the woman. They don't call on the French. They don't call on their European their European allies. They always call on us. And some of us is stupid enough to fall in their tricks, in their hole. I would say I say stay out of it. Because when we was in our crisis, ain't nobody gave a damn about us. Ain't nobody cared about us. When those extreme those white extremists was dressing up in police uniform, killing our women and men and children who could just be minding their own business. and they end up on the road dead. Where was the Latinos? Where were everybody? No one came to the front lines for us. Not one. Not one. Not one. Not one. Not one. Let me ask everybody a question. Where was Fat Joe, who benefited off of our music, African music, not FBA music, it's African music, who benefited and got rich off of our genre of music? Jennifer Lopez, who benefited off of our music and our genre. Matter of fact, remember Jennifer Lopez was on a black show. You know, The Living Color. Remember The Living Color? Jennifer Lopez was a dancer. They didn't need her. But our people looked out for her, so she became famous. She became famous. Where was Angie Martinez, who also benefited off of our music? Hell, you didn't even see what happened to Kid Capri. Kid Capri, what happened to him? What happened to B Reals from Cypress Hill, who actually he's a Mexican? All of them. Matter of fact, we could go further than that. What happened to George Lopez, the comedian? All those people. Oh, shoot. Oh, Rennie P was good, sis. I didn't see you in a minute. Shout out to, everybody subscribe to her channel, man. She's always been supportive. Shout out to her. I didn't see you in a minute. Glad you came through. Wow. Anthony said, ain't our fight, but I do feel for black migrants, but later for the rest of them, we gotta look out for us. I agree. And let me say this. We have to look after our own African brothers and sisters because they look after us. Believe it or not, they look after us. So because like I said, if you know a brother who's happens to be Haitian, who happens to be, we got to protect them. We got to protect them. That's my concern. I'm concerned about brothers and sisters from the islands and the continent. You know what I'm saying? Because those are our brothers. Because if we in a jam, we will expect them to help us. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these Latinos that do not look like us. And I'm not talking about my African brothers and sisters who happen to be Latinos. I'm not talking about them. Because I want to get that straight. Because when I say Latinos, I'm talking about the European ones, the ones that classify as Caucasian or white. Those are the ones I'm talking about. They know who they are. Like I said, all the names that I mentioned, Fat Joe, Kid Capri, Angie Martinez, all of them should have been on the front lines in our situation. All of them should have been on the front lines. When that George Floyd showed up, hey, Brother Bakari, was good, King. Was good, King. Shout out to Brother Bakari. Who else? Stacey said, let me go back here. Stacey said, Fat Joe, J-Lo, Eminem, all of including Eminem. Including Eminem. He's another one. And that's another thing too. What about the white migrants? What about the white migrants? Because there's a lot of Russians. There's a lot of Russians that's undocumented. A lot of these Russians that come over here, a lot of these Europeans that come over here, these foreigners, Europeans, they're most of them are not documented. They're not documented. See, if these Latinos that's mad at black people, why don't they go and get support from these white migrants? They should have a European migrant movement. And they say, hey, I heard that one Latino say, hey, my motherland is Spain. There's a lot of racist Latinos. Let me tell you something. There was these two Latinos I almost got into it when one of them. These Latinos, these Puerto Ricans, these are Puerto Ricans that are pro-cop. These bastards are pro-cop. And I'm almost got into one of them because when that whole, I don't know if it was George Floyd or whatever, it was one of the deaths of our brothers and sisters, and they defended the cop, and I'm almost got into it. One of them, like even to this day, I do not like that dude. I do not like him, and he cannot be around my circle. He cannot come in my circle. He cannot do that. These Latinos are pro-cop. They are pro-Trump. So my question is this: why these Latinos? They know that some of them they know when they come over here they're undocumented. They know that you got to go through the mill. You got to go through how everybody else go through. You got to go through it. He said, and now the crackers like Ed Sheeran trying to co-opting Afro beads. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's right. Facts. They're all our people. They're all our people because they do look out for us. Believe it or not, if you look out throughout history, they looked out for us, and we all expired of one another. Look, you had Nat Turner. He was expired by the Haitian Revolution. He was expired. If there was no, I don't know if without the Haitian Revolution, would he have done anything? I don't know. But what I'm saying is that we are an inspiration to one another. But I never saw those Latinos, Angie Martinez, Jennifer, I never saw them in the front lines. They should be in the front lines. They should have been the main one in the front lines helping us and everything. But they wasn't there. They did not show up. And just like our brother said, Eminem, you didn't see him in the front lines. You didn't see that Pakistani fat piece of shit DJ Khaled in the front lines. You didn't see none of these you didn't see none of those bastards come in the front lines when we was going through our situation. So we didn't see none of these Mexicans coming in our front lines, saying, hey, they should have been the main one taking the bullet. They should have been the main one, getting beat down by billy clubs. They should have been a main one. But at the same time, they take our culture and they still disrespect us, still using the N-word or whatever. You could never disrespect Fat Joe. Call him a spick or a wetback and see what happens. I don't know what's a slur for a Pakistani. Call Eminem a Neanderthal or a Peckerwood or and see what happens. Call them out their name. But these are the real culture vultures. These are the culture vultures that all of a sudden they're a crown of, all of a sudden there's some sort of crown of hip hop. All of a sudden they're a crown of hip hop. But when shit goes down, when we go through our stuff, we are by ourselves. We are by ourselves. And yes, it will be Haitian brothers and sisters. They'll fight with us. They'll fight with the American African. They never stood on us. They never stood on the sidelines. They never stood on the sidelines. They want to join the fight. I never heard them say, "Oh, that's an FBA problem." I'm Jamaican. I don't have nothing to do with that. I never heard that. I never heard that. Never. I never heard that. I never heard Haitians be like, "Oh, that's an FBA problem. I'm gonna stay out of that." No, they with us. They with black people. They with us because they don't look at it like that. They see, I see them. I see me. See these, and I've heard. Remember that one of the Mexican protesters called this black man who happened to be a police officer, called them all types of N-words, all types, just disrespectful. But then we supposed to look. We have fought enough. We have fought enough. We are tired. We shouldn't even been in the Vietnam War. We tired fighting other people's battles, and no one ever fight for our battles. No one. And that white Antifa, that was a joke. That was a joke. Oh, we here for solidarity. Get the fuck out of here. That was a damn joke. That was a joke. It wasn't ever here for us. They wasn't never here for us. So we gotta just say, hey, here's another thing too. Why call on us anyway? You know how many Mexican gangs out there in LA? You know how many Mexican gangs they got I'm just not gonna say this. I would say Latino gangs. Do you know how many Latino gangs across the board? You got the SAs, you got the there was another gang that was popular that was known. You got the Latin Kings. You know how many gangs, Latino gangs out there? So they got help. They got a lot of help. What is the purpose of forming gangs if you're not going to use? See, the thing is, the difference between us and them, and I want to make this perfectly known to any other race of people out there, to you SAs and you any Latino gang, I'm going to make this perfectly clear to you phony gang members. So when our people had to form gangs, we had to form gangs because our people was being terrorized by the KKK. We had a reason by these racist, extremist cops who white folks that's wearing police uniforms. We had no choice to form gangs. This is the reason why the Bloods and the Crips was formed. This is the reason why the Black Panther Party was formed. So when we formed so-called gangs, we had a good reason. So I ask you Latinos, what is your reason to form gangs? What are y'all forming gangs for? Just to come to the United States and make things even more worse? And then after y'all get your numbers up, then you're gonna harass black people, and I heard that you're gonna and beat up black people and try to terrorize them. Now fuck that. Now you got a problem on your hands. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. That's what you're gonna do. All of a sudden, they want to call. Oh, we need black people to help us. No, don't thank you. We good. You can handle it. You can handle it. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because that's been the talk, and I never really got to discuss it like I really wanted to. Never got to it, but I mean, I have talked about it on TikTok. But yeah, we're gonna leave. We're gonna no for now on. Whatever fight is gonna be among us. We don't need no allies. We don't need other race because it's obvious when we in a situation, no one gives a damn about us. So we're gonna stick this one out. So as long as they don't fuck with our brothers and sisters from the continent or from the Caribbeans, we good. We're good. We're good. So yeah, man. I mean, it's a good feeling. Reaching over 60K, reaching over 6K. It's a very good feeling, man. Very good feeling. And I know they got the haters out there. They got the haters. I said, let them hate. Let them hate. But yeah, man, we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing that, man. We gotta stop defending other people because we trying to make alliances, or we trying to make friends, or we trying to prove that we're good people, or we good citizens, and we gotta stop that shit, man. We gotta stop that. We have shed blood. Our people have shed blood since the Civil War. Our people have fought for the North and didn't get nothing out of it. Didn't get nothing out of it. Every time we fight for somebody else, we don't get nothing. Hell, we don't actually. We get more. We even get more disrespect. We get more disrespect. We get more disrespect. That's what we get. And then these people go about their business. After they use us, they go about their business. So we gotta learn how to stay out of people's issues. Stay out of it. That's the problem. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. I'm gonna put anybody want to come on, show some love. I'll put that in. Yeah, we gotta learn how to stay out of this shit, man. So yeah, man, it's I always say never let nobody, try to shame you of doing something right, doing something positive. Don't let nobody shame you. Don't let nobody discourage you when you know you're doing something right. Because like I said, I don't have to prove nothing to do nothing. When I know I see her do nothing, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I don't. I don't. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody, especially to a do-nothing. And that's what these Latinos are doing. These Mexicans, they want to shame black people, black folks, these brown folks. I'm gonna use that. These Moranos, they want to shame black people because we not putting our lives on the line for them selfish bastards. That's not happening. No, fuck you. No, fuck you. But they have no problem. Everything that they got, everything, even when the way they talk, the slang, everything they got from African people in this country. And that's another thing too. There's a new thing that these blonde, blue-eyed white girls are doing now. They're getting on TikTok and they saying how much they love black men. That's another thing I don't like. You love black men until we get into that courtroom and all of a sudden we're guilty, right? I love you, black man. I love you. To all my love black men out there, get the fuck out of here, bitch. You don't love us. You never did. Because if you loved us, you would have passed laws to make sure we get protection in this country. If you love us so much, you would make sure we get reparations. No one can eat off of your so-called love. I see all these white women. Every time when a black man comes from them, they where's this love then? I don't see none of these, and that's another thing. None of these white bitches speak out. None of them. And the only reason why they saying this because they got a black boyfriend, a sorry ass, dumbass, self-hating Negro peeing. All of a sudden they love black men because they getting that black you know what. You love us until we get into that courtroom. All of a sudden, you don't love us then, because at some point you think we're guilty. At some point, you think that we are guilty before proven innocent, right? This is another, and I really believe this is another orchestrated bullshit, a typical orchestrated bullshit. Typical orchestrated. Hold up, Sister Raw. Hold up, sis. This is a typical orchestrated bullshit. We got to be careful. We can't fall for that trick. It's a trick. Every time I come on TikTok, I go to my feed, that shit comes up. Some blonde blue eye talking about that how much she got love for black men. I think it has something to do with that Omar Johnson comment when he said sisters got to be careful because white women will pick up brothers that don't have nothing and build them up, while sisters should expect black men that already should be established. So white women took that and said, "Oh, okay. Let's do it that way. Let's say that let's get a black man and build him up, and let's flaunt him to show that, hey, we are better than black women. This is the game. This is the game they playing now. This is the game. This is the game that they playing now." See, one thing, when we talk about this white power structure, it's always changing. It's always changing. And we have to stay focused We can't fall for the trick. I remember Brother Bakari said, he talked about the big bluff. These are the people, are the masterminds of illusions. And I'm talking about white folks. White folks are the masterminds of illusions. These are the mastermind. These are the real Houdinis. So we got to be very careful when they start saying certain words like, "Oh, why everything got to be about race?" You know, how can we all human beings? Those are key words saying, why don't you be like us? Why don't you be more like white folks? Now we know. Let's keep it 100. Every white people don't have money. Every white person, there's more poor white people than rich whites. There's more poor white people than rich whites. But one thing about white media, they're not going to show their flaws. They'll show your flaws, even though you are hardworking, you bust your ass, you could be a good father, you could be a good mother, you could be a good child, you can have all the things. But the white media will have the world thinking that black people, that's all they do is do drugs. They don't take care of their kids. No father in the house. Father stay locked up. This is what the media always show. We are the kings and queens on public assistance. That's what they show you. That's what they show you. That's what they show you. So we gotta be careful what media, because they have this the movement now that they trying to separate the black man and black woman. They want to keep that. They want to keep us fighting, and now it's got to the point that we don't even know how to love each other. The black man and black woman don't even know how to love each other no more. I mean, you see what's going on. You see the bubble game. I'm not saying the bubble game. The balloon game that they have, where the way they judge each other. Like, oh, I don't like you because you know it's just stupid the way they. Oh, I don't like his shoes. I don't. What about the personality? What about if he's a good man? And even when a brother is established, the black woman, she'll find some sort of way not to like him, and vice versa. We don't even know. Black people don't even know how to love one another. We don't even know what a relationship is at this point. But I blame the media. I blame this love and hip hop and housewives and all that stuff. And they dictate. They showed. I stopped watching that. I stopped watching that. I stopped. At first, I looked at it as entertainment, but then I realized it's getting stupid. It's the same thing with Maury and all this other stuff. We got to learn how to love each other, man, like we used to. We lost that. Even the music is crap. The music. What happened to Jodeci? What happened to all the? What happened to the real love songs, man? And now You know, I miss the Isley Brothers, man. I mean, I mean, there were songs that I was listening to that my parents was listening to. They don't even do that now. Kids don't even do that no more. You literally have to force them. You literally have to force them or put them in a situation to listen to the music in the past. You got people saying they listening to Tupac for the first. They listen to Tupac Machiavelli for the first time. They listening to Biggie stuff for the first time. All of a sudden, I said, damn, dude, like, and these are grown people. These are people like mid-20s, pushing 30. And they just now listening to this. They just now watching Michael Jordan play. You know, and this is all over YouTube, social media now. Or I'm listening to Hit 'Em Up for the first time. What? Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been listening to the Jackson 5 since I was a kid, and I wasn't even around when the Jackson 5 was created. I wasn't even around when Michael Jackson and all his brothers, Jermaine and Tito. I wasn't around at that time. It was years after. It was when Thriller came out. That's when I started listening to his past music. His music when he was when there was the Jackson 5. But I was a kid. I didn't wait until I was an adult and say, oh man, this is my first time listening to Jackson 5. I mean, that just sounds stupid. It's like, damn, dude, what the fuck have you been? Stacey, Rennie P said, exactly, songs that have a meaning with a story behind it. Exactly. So those love songs, they be like, you know, brothers are crying for their sisters, and I miss you. I mean, it made you want to be closer to your woman even more. It made you want to be in a relationship. And now, if you notice, because they destroyed all that, and now it created this, I want to be it's like a dude wants to be a woman now. The woman wants to be the man. Instead of being with one, they want to be one. That's how fucked up the music industry. That's what I think. Like I said, I think the music is power. Music is power. People don't understand that. Music is power. And they knew that. So when they start doing certain things to the music, it gives a whole different frequency. And next thing you know it, you're doing things that's unnatural. Sometimes people don't even know why they're doing it, but because they listen to a certain song or whatever. That's why we got to be very careful who we listen to. We got to be very careful who we follow. We got to be very, very careful. We got to be very careful. Because it's real. It's real. And it's the reason why that we don't have music today, because people, and like I said, it's so much censorship. It got to the point that it's so, I don't want to say censorship, but it's so much dictatorship in this industry now. You want to put up something, you got somebody in your ear saying, you don't want to say that. People ain't gonna want to hear that. People don't want to hear no more Public Enemy. People don't want to hear all this. People don't want to hear all that. But like Rennie P said, she said, there's no substance. There's no, behind the storytelling. I like to hear stuff like that. I like to hear stuff like that. Yeah, she said music must be both positive and negative vibrations. Yes, you gotta have that. You gotta have that. You got to have that. Everything can't be one-sided. Everything can't be one-sided. This is the reason why people say, well, gangster rap, da-da-da-da. Well, you didn't have to, my whole thing is you didn't have to listen to gangster rap. You didn't have to listen to gangster. There was other artists that was saying positive things. You didn't have to listen to gangster rap. Or what you might think is gangster. There are other genres. If you didn't want to listen to, Public Enemy was around during the 80s, doing the same. You could have listened to, you could continue to listen to Public Enemy. I didn't listen. I wasn't a big fan of, I'm going to be honest with you. I was not a big fan of Ruthless Records. I wasn't a big fan of Eazy-E and the NWA. I wasn't a big fan of it, so I didn't listen to it. I didn't start listening to Eazy-E and stuff like that until they broke up. When everybody started breaking up, that's when I started listening to Ice Cube. That's when I started listening to Eazy-E. That's when I started listening to Dr. Dre. But when they was together, I wasn't fucking with them like that. I was too much East Coast. So there were other genres of music that people could have listened to. So I'm not going to sit there and say, well, it was gangster rap that messed everything up. No. Can't blame everything on gangster rap. Because everybody wasn't listening to that. It depends. Now, if you was in California, okay, but I'm not from Cali. I don't get down like that. He said, like playing reggae and dance hall music. Yeah, exactly. Now, I used to listen to a lot of reggae music. Like Bob Marley I still listen to Bob Marley. My mother that's all she played was Bob Marley. I wasn't around when Bob Marley was around, but my mother used to play it. My mother used to play Bob. And that got me caught up in that. I like soul reggae music. I don't know, but I like soulful reggae music. And that's one thing I liked about Bob Marley. Most of his music was very soulful. And I still think in my opinion, I think he's the king of reggae. In my opinion, that's just me. There might be someone similar like him. As I heard, there was another brother that's similar to my man, my homeboy, my barber. He's Jamaican, and he's someone was another brother. He said that there was another brother that's even just as good. I think it's Steven, something like that. I forgot his name. But reggae. I love reggae music. Let's see. Said music is power. Rennie P said music is power. It is a common sentiment reflecting music, ability to evoke strong emotions. Yep. Inspire actions. Yep. And connect people, and music plays a role in individual lives too. That's true. It does influence you. Like when we listen to Public Enemy, it makes you want to go out there and fight. I don't think it depends on how you feel too. Because if you're angry, because I've been in situations when I'm angry or whatever, I just throw in some. And Rennie P, she made a great point, and I'm not going to lie. It does influence you to do things crazy, but it depends on what you're going through on that moment. So you have beef with somebody. You listen to some NWA music. Yeah, you're gonna be like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on if the life, I believe it's the life that you're living, that people will probably will, take music as a leverage to make a move. But I don't think that it was like, for me, I listened to a lot of like this, so I didn't do half of the things they talk about. But I do learn one thing. It did taught me to defend myself. I did learn that. That's one thing about hip hop. It did teach me to defend myself. But I didn't go out there and sell drugs and and do all this crazy crime. I didn't do that because I just looked at it as, okay, that's their life. That's what they went through. That's what they seen. And a lot of people can relate to that. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw this. But yes, I think music is definitely power. It definitely want to make you do things, could do something constructive, or it could do something destructive. So yeah, that's so true. It could be, it could be a tool I think music is a tool that inspire you to act. You know what I'm saying? So and music could be, that could be music could be something positive, or it could be something dangerous. Depends how you use it. It depends how you use it. Even when the first drum in Africa, Europeans didn't even know what music was. They didn't even know what music was until they went to Africa. They said, well, what is that? What is that sound? And that was the drum. But when there was a war or something about to go down, they hit the drum. So that was a sign of saying, people were saying, yo, it's about to go down. So the drum was usually a way to get people attention, to say, okay, we got to act now. The war drum. So yeah, so it's music is very powerful. It could be very powerful. Depends how you use it. She said, when big follower of Sister Soldier. Yeah, I love Sister Soldier. She was a true, man. I never met her. I went to college. She came to one of my college. When I went to college, and I know she showed up in one of my colleges that I went to. And I missed it. I missed seeing her. So I wish I would have met her in person, but I didn't get a chance to meet up with her. But Sister Soldier, I love Sister Soldier. She's the true sister. There should be more like her. There should be more sisters like her. And I always thought that. And one thing I like about Sister Soldier, she wasn't no tomboy. She wasn't no woman that you have to be a lesbian to be a soldier. She loved brothers. She loved black men. She wanted, I think she was in it. Last time I checked, I think she's married. But she I think a lot of brothers want a sister like that. I think a lot of brothers want a sister like Sister Soldier, man, because she was the truth. And I really do miss her, but I haven't seen her lately. I haven't seen like she just disappeared. I mean, I know she's still around. I know she's still alive. But I don't know. It was like all of a sudden she just disappeared. Like I don't know if she got burnt out. I don't know. But it was like she used to stay on TV. Stay on TV when I was growing up. And, it's like when you look back at the 90s, when you think things was going to make a change, going to make a turnaround. And to me, I thought that was like the glory days. Like, wow, you had brothers waking up, sisters waking up, they fighting against racism. They turn this whole thing around. Like, you want to be a part of it. And now it's like, what happened? All of a sudden, this Tupac situation came, and Tupac was a big influence. He was a huge influence of the revolution. You know, he was always talking against the cops, against the injustice system. But as unfortunately, you have black people. Black people messed Tupac up. I don't care what nobody say. Black people messed Tupac up. You know, I cannot imagine getting shot and still try to be positive. Especially when your own people try to take you out. So now you got to be on some, fuck everybody now. And that's how with Tupac on. It's kind of messed up. Now this revolution kind of died out because of that. You know, it's really messed up. Because now you thinking, shit, I can't even trust my own brother now. If Tupac get got like that, I can't even trust my own brother. And I have been betrayed. I've been betrayed here on YouTube. I've been betrayed on YouTube by my own people. It's sad. Rainy P said, music has a long history of being used to express, distant, and drive social change from Woody. Oh, thank you. From Woody Guthrie, and Peter Singer. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. To Green Day and NWA. Musicians have used their platform to address issues in life. Yes, that's true. That's true. I mean, storytelling has always been an all African thing. Storytelling been an all African thing. Let me got my daiquiri here. My lady just made me a daiquiri. It's so good. Nice and cold. Oh my God. Love daiquiris, man. Yes. Woo. Nothing like a good old daiquiri. But yes, it's true. It's true. So music has always been a way to express yourself, told story. That's why I like Slick Rick. I like Slick Rick because he was a huge storyteller. Slick Rick was like, you know, I miss those type of music. So see, I ain't gonna front. I grew up doing Slick Rick and Biz Markie, and that to me that was a fun rap. You know, you had Coast Karis One, you know, MC Light. You know, I miss those type of music growing up. And so because you learn about history, you learn about culture. But you gotta learn. But one thing I could say about West Coast music, they're not lying of what they said. I mean, even though Public Enemy came out, but I think what West Coast music did, they told the story more in detail of what's going on in the streets. everything is not about smiles. Everything is not about having fun. Black people are really going through it. Black people are really going through it. So yeah, we have to have the negative with the positive. Because there was a lot of stuff I didn't know that was that bad in the street. Remember, I'm still young, so I didn't know, like, damn, these cops are doing it like that. You know, because I never got harassed by police or get thrown down or nothing like that when I was younger. So I was, I'm a kid. So, but I'm listening to these stories. It sounds very frightening. Like shit. So you can't, people just can't throw it out the window, man. You can't throw it out the window. Because Slick Rick wasn't talking about it. Biz Markie wasn't talking about it. So when they told their stories, when they told stories was going on in the streets, that's when a lot of people was like, damn, New Yorkers going through it too. Brothers and sisters in the South, they going through it too. So that was definitely a wake-up call. It was definitely a wake-up call. Her has 2 books, know about it. The Coldest Winter Ever and A Midnight Gangster Love Story. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna get that. I know she came out with some books. Yeah, I know she came out with some books, but I didn't know what books she came out. I had to, all right, so cool. I'm gonna look into that. I'm definitely gonna look into that. And she said, One More Life After Death. Oh, okay. So it's 3 books. I remember when she came to the college that I went to, I think she was promoting a book, but I didn't know which was. But that was, man, you talking about late 90s, early 2000. So yeah. So yeah, man. So yeah, I think she was promoting her last book. I think that was her last book, I believe. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna cop one of her books because I'm definitely a huge fan of Sister Soldier. I remember she was on Donahue. I mean, every time and like I said, they don't have these talk shows no more, and people would talk about you notice all that's been dismantled, and the only thing you got left is Maury, and or Steven, or what's his name, Stephen Walker, and then you got this Jerry Springer, showing reruns now, but they don't have real talk shows no more. And I already know why.
Excuse me, boss.
I already know why they stopped doing it. I already know why.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
I'm sorry, let me just put this on vibrate. Give me a second. I'm sure I was texting me. Yeah, so okay. So we have to, it's a lot of things that we have we got to stop putting expiration dates on our stuff, because now, as you can see, we are losing ourselves. You got black people, we are losing ourselves. You got black people, they don't know who they are. You got the identity crisis have went sky high. The identity crisis today have went sky high. They went sky high. They don't know who they are. I get on, I'll be on TikTok. I get on these panels. And you got these pretending Negroes that's like, oh, I was already here. I'm this and that. And you'd be like, well, okay, so when are you going to fight for your country back? And then you just get a silence. Because if you claim that this is your country and you was already here way before the Europeans showed up, then why did you let a handful of Europeans take over your country? And when are you going to get it back? See, so when you start asking the tough questions, they cannot answer it. They can't answer it. So we have it's a huge identity crisis. See, when I was growing up, black people, you didn't hear none of that. You didn't hear that we was Indians and all that. Black people knew they came from Africa. It was no ifs, ands, buts about it. There was no ifs, ands, buts about it. You got people who were just born yesterday are like saying something else. All this pretending stuff started in 2016, and sooner or later it's gonna die out. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna die out completely. She said her was always at Omega Everest University, and was that attended. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm gonna see if Sister Soldier is still doing her thing and she's still, speaking and all that. I'm gonna definitely like to go to one of them. I don't live too far from Mega Everest. Well, I don't live too far from the college. So I would definitely, if she speaks, I'm definitely going to check one out. Check her out, because I haven't seen her. I haven't met her yet, but I've seen her. I've been watching her through these talk shows and stuff like that. She's very inspirational, and she never said that she was Aboriginal. Not once she said she's an African woman. She's an African woman. She said this many times. So I don't know what these black people come up today talking about. Oh, I'm an Aboriginal. Oh, I'm an FBI. I don't know where they get that from. They talking nonsense. But yeah, man, a lot of craziness. A lot of craziness. But we just got to keep up the fight. Got to keep up the fight. I'm going to put this in. If you want to come on and join, they can. Okay. So so a lot of craziness, man. A lot of craziness. What else is happening, man? What else is happening? Man, I'm trying to figure out what else is happening now. We talk about music. We talking about, there's a lot of stuff. It was another thing too. Something just happened. It was a YouTube. It was a video that Nick Cannon interviewed Dr. Umar Johnson, and it was a clip that I took, and he was talking about the people of color word, right? It's the people of color word. I took for maybe, it was like a minute. It was a minute clip. Next thing you know it, I get a strike. Nick Cannon got me on copyright. Nick Cannon got me, and I'm just like, wait a minute, Nick Cannon? Because he has a channel on YouTube called Cannon Live TV or something like that. Nick Cannon, dude, you got money. Well, I never liked, to be honest with you, I never liked Nick Cannon. There was something I never liked. Wild Out. I don't really follow him. I thought he was a goofy. He's a goofy. You know what I mean? Like when he first got with Mariah Carey, I just knew something was wrong. And then all of a sudden, he just started having children with all these different, he got like 10, 11 kids, but 10, 11 women. It's like, dude, what is wrong with you? Now you overworking yourself now. Yeah, Nick Cannon got me on, flagged the video down, got me on copyright. It was a minute video, just a minute. I don't even listen to him like that. I just saw Dr. Umar. I didn't see Nick Cannon. A lot of people are just fucking greedy. They just greedy. Because I'm trying to spread the word. I'm trying to spread the message. Because because Nick Cannon's mad because I'm not listening to him or I'm not promoting him. I don't give a fuck about no Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon's a goofy. I don't give a fuck about him. But that's some sucker shit because it's like, dude, you got money. Like, why do you care about a clip that because you did an interview with Dr. Umar? I'm not going to your channel to look at that. So I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And now he got a video out and he's interviewing Wack 100. Why? Wack 100 is a YouTube. He's a social media snitch. There's no other people they could talk to. There's no other people you could talk to that's important. That should be in I don't understand that. I just don't get it. When next thing you know, you're gonna see 6ix9ine coming out again. It's ridiculous. What else is happening? What else will we need to talk about? Yeah, so yeah, man, it's like I said, it's good to reach over 6K. We're gonna try to get to that 7K. Because like I said, it's all about the message. It's all about trying to get to people that really want to learn. You got these people that they ain't saying nothing. That's all they do is yelling and screaming, bringing pipe dreams. We don't do pipe dreams over here. You got people that quoting out of an outdated book that no one cares about. We don't do that over here. Your work gotta have substance. And they want to know why their numbers don't grow. They scratching. They scratching. And they still cannot grow. And you know what's so sad? I learned being on YouTube that I learned that black people, they don't even like, for the most part, they don't like to work together. There's no, for the most part, it's this individual game that black people have. Since I got numbers, I got subscribers, I got people, I got followers, You gotta follow me. I gotta be your boss. Instead of saying, hey, let's all share one another. But they don't even want to do that. They don't want to do that. It's just this ego tripping. Black people, I notice black people got this ego trip mentality I can't stand. I wasn't raised like that. I wasn't raised, hey, you share the wealth. That's why I say, everybody subscribe to one another. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, since I'm not cool with this person no more, stop subscribing to him. Or I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there and say, don't subscribe to him. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Because I don't even want to put myself in a situation where I got to make enemies because of some little disagreement. But you got people out here, this ego tripping has to stop. We the only race on social media will do that. We'll do that. I see the Filipinos, they got all this support. Every race of people support one another. Let a white person, look what happened. You don't have to take my word for it. We witnessed what happened to George Zimmerman. Look what happened to George Zimmerman. He had over 1 billion, like millions of dollars of support. People just dropping money in his defense, fund. Dropping money. All his people. When it comes down to us, we might get a few thousand. We might. But every race they support is strong. Their support is strong. Strong. And it's like, damn. We can't do that. We can't have a constructive dialect where we can just respect one another and support one another. I don't have to agree with everything what people are saying. I don't have to do that. And then when they get mad at you, they want to try to attack you personally, just like the Bozo Muhammad. He's attacking me personally. It had nothing to do with the information I presented. I don't even like attacking people, bringing up people and their family. I don't like doing things like that. But when you push me into that, I can get very disrespectful, and I don't like that. That's not in my nature. But when you're dealing with your own people, they will put you in a situation that you don't want to be. They will put you in a situation that you don't want to be. And that's not good. That's not good as a race. And one thing I don't like is that you put all this hard work in, and people will see it. Especially your enemies. They will see what you put out. And then when they get back on a live stream, they don't want to say what you're saying is right or what you presented was facts. They were made it seem like you ain't doing nothing, or what you're showing, and they don't even tell the people what they show. They say what you're showing is X, Y, and Z, is not this and this and this. Or they would just make up stuff. You'd be like, wait a minute, I showed that. I already talked about that in my video. Why are you saying something else? I didn't say that. But this is what they said because they know that they might know that you're educated and they know that you're a true scholar, but they don't want to give you that credit. They don't want to say, hey, he's on point or she on point. They will literally make up stuff and they don't even address the issue. They don't even address what you're talking about. I would say check my information and break that down. If you disagree with it, break it down. Don't sit there and say, well, it's not yours and where do you get it from? Break it down. Break it down. If you claim I'm X, Y, and Z, if you claim what I'm doing is wrong, break it down. They can't do that. None of my enemies that's on YouTube, that's on my enemies, they're not smart enough to challenge me. This is the reason why their numbers are very low. Nobody's not watching them. They have to get somebody else to side with them and all this other stuff, all this other nonsense. And I'm just going to outdo them because the truth is the truth. And I'm not here to make money. I'm just here to be truthful, to bring out facts. This is supposed to be a historic. This is supposed to be a historic. This is supposed to be a channel this is a history channel. That's all it is. This is supposed to be an African history channel. And we sit and people will look what I do, get jealous, and sometimes they will literally regurgitate what I say. They'll regurgitate it. Like, damn, I said that. I've heard a lot of all the enemies that I know. They take everything I say and they repeat it. They know who they are. They know who they are. I don't have to mention no names, but they know who they are. Man, I just found out I used to battle this guy named J Love 47. I just battled this guy, J Love 47, in the past. But I didn't battle him, but I was kind of rebuttal because he had an issue with Pan-Africanism. And next thing you know it, I saw a video popped up on my news feed, and next thing you know it, they said YouTube terminated his channel. YouTube terminated his channel, and they said they found some nudity on his channel. Now, I don't believe it. Personally, I don't believe it. But his biggest mistake was he said he let people use his password. So I don't know if somebody posts something on his live, and I don't know. But damn, he been on that. I remember J Love 47 been on that YouTube for like since the same time he got on you since 2009. He had that same channel. I kind of felt bad for him because you could tell he's going through a lot. He had gained so much weight. Man, that guy gained so much weight. Now he got all these health issues. You gotta fix see, you can't let yourself go because you're depressed or whatever the case is. I know that we get older. We're gonna experience weight gain, more health problems as we get older. But you can't let yourself get out of control where your weight is just totally out of control. And you know, J Love, he's a short dude. And man, he looked like a hot mess. But I remember he used to be a skinny dude. I mean, this dude, when I saw J Love 47, he used to be a slim dude. I see this dude now. I mean, he looked like a beach ball, man. Jesus. And that was 10 years. I remember I came back on YouTube and I said, "Man, he looked like he gained weight." Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I could tell by his face. I'm like, oh, this guy don't, you know. Then another damn 5-6 years, he really blew up. I mean, he just really looked disgusting. But yeah, man, it's like you'd be surprised these people that we literally have grown over time. Like you could literally, you know, see people's growth on YouTube and see the changes in them, you know, whether they gained weight or whether their views have changed. It's just crazy. But I'm more consistent. I like to be consistent over the things I do. So, yeah, man. But I want to thank everybody on here, man, for showing me love. I had to just come on here and just, you know, celebrate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like, man, it was a long time coming, man. I was a little over 5,000 for a minute. The next thing you know it, I post a couple of videos. Next thing you know it, my subscribers like increasing. And it's a really good feeling. And I know there's gonna be those haters out there and they're gonna say little things and the only thing I gotta say is don't worry about my channel. Worry about your channel. Worry about yours. Do what I do. Be what I be. I got that from Ice Cube. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm just happy. It's a good feeling to have positive people behind me and celebrate with me. I appreciate every last one of y'all. I don't want to stay here too long, but I just want to say thank those that came out and supported me and congratulated me. And it's like I said, we're going to reach that 7K. And hopefully I can get that. I'm trying to get that YouTube plaque. I'm trying to get that YouTube plaque, man. You know, so let me yeah, man. So I just thought out there, anybody want to show a brother some love, that'd be good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we're gonna keep this going, man. We're gonna keep this fire going. Shout out to all my real supporters. Shout out to Rennie P for showing me love. Welcome back. It's been a minute since I saw you, sis. Sister Raw in the house. Give a shout out to Brother McCarr for coming through. Sister Stacy. You know what I'm saying? Anthony. My brother Anthony came out. Brother Rashid. Appreciate every last one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep this fire going. We're going to keep the fire going. So yeah, we're gonna just keep it going, man. That's how it is. But yeah, man. You know, like I said, we got to separate from the real from the fake. We got to separate from the real because I don't be on YouTube like that. You know, I don't be on YouTube like that. I just try to take advantage as I can, and just put the word out. Let me see. I'm want to play something real quick. Maybe I could just play this video. Maybe I could just elaborate on this for a little bit. I want to play this real quick. This bothered me. And I'm going to play this. I thought this was kind of interesting. Oh, shit. Let me play this real quick. I want to show this because we got to stop playing games. We got to stop playing games. I'm going to show this, and I'm going to talk about this. Here we go.
Full mask. We want to get into the details of this. This individual in Indiana, 19 years of age, but this crime started years ago, was convicted.
Now, I want to say this. Now, some people might call this white boy a ginger, right? And that was another thing I've been noticing too, that these Negropeans, they will look at him as a ginger. Well, he is a ginger, and they will say, well, gingers are black people. That's the most ignorant, I don't even want to say ignorant. That's the most dumbest shit I've heard in my life. You got Negropeans, they are so thirsty for being accepted. And they will call white people who got reddish hair a ginger. They say they're the new black people. I'm tired of hearing that. Now, this is a ginger. And I want you to listen to what he says. I want you to listen to this.
Kill black men. Almost got away with it. This story is going to make your blood boil. I want you to put a picture full mask. We're going to get into the details of this. This individual in Indiana, 19 years of age, but this crime started years ago, was convicted of murder for shooting 3 black men in Indianapolis. Caden Smith is his name. Caden was ruled guilty by a jury on 3 counts of murder, 2 counts of felony murder, and multiple gun robbery and drug-related charges.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Though Smith was 16 at the time of the killings, he was tried as an adult and is now awaiting sentencing. In October 2021, Smith persuaded 3 men, Joseph Thomas on the left, 18, Michael James on the right, 22, and Abdullah Mubarak, not pictured, 17, to meet him in a grassy field off of Interstate 465 by employing the ruse, the manipulation, that he was going to demonstrate a, quote, Glock switch, okay? The switch allows a semi-automatic weapon to fire like a machine gun. Instead, he opened fire on all 3 men over the course of 2 nights, each one suffering multiple gunshot wounds. Officers collected over 50 9mm fired cartridge casings at the scene, as well as unfired 9mm bullets, court documents revealed. Smith then robbed his victims and left their lifeless bodies on a grassy path in the heavily wooded area, said prosecutors. An off-duty police officer first discovered the bodies of James and Mubarak. That was October 12th. After an intensive search with all-terrain vehicles, police found a third victim, Joseph Thomas, reported ABC affiliate WRTV. Because the killings took place on 2 different nights, the triple murder fueled suspicions of a serial killer in the city, but the police quickly debunked that theory when the text messages led them to the perpetrator. They arrested the 16-year-old Smith, executed a search warrant on the home he reportedly shared with his grandmother, where they found the murder weapon along with a bulletproof vest, bags of drugs, several cell phones, and internet searches, including, does freezing a gun remove DNA? And another one, how many deaths is considered a mass murder? Reveal court documents obtained by WRTV. Despite the quick work of authorities, the case was plagued with challenges. Now, this is going to make your head spin. So in October 2022, a judge threw out key evidence, threw it completely out,
Wow.
including the alleged murder weapon,
Wow.
and ruled that detectives, in fact, violated Smith's Fourth Amendment rights during the search warrant, just before the trial was set to begin. Smith was released to his home,
Wow.
only with a GPS ankle bracelet with instructions not to leave the state. He was ordered, quote, to have no firearms, deadly weapons, or ammunition in his possession, reported NBC affiliate WTHR. Now, think about this. The judge makes the ruling. You violated his rights here, throwing out all the evidence that actually could lead to a conviction of an individual who has been charged basically with being a serial killer. Judges have the opportunity, obviously, to make rulings. It is within their wheelhouse. Some judges make rulings that are on the, let's just say, spectrum of conservative, some of them a little more liberal. The point is, judges get a wide range here. So just as easily as this judge threw out the evidence, you can find another judge who would have said, nope, we're going to keep the evidence. Or there's another opportunity, another bite at the apple, as they would say in court. But not this judge. With evidence tossed out and Smith no longer locked up, the case was stalling. But within less than 2 months, Smith had already violated the conditions set by the judge. He was back in jail November 23rd, his 18th birthday, after police found Snapchat videos, photos, of him brazenly doing what? Holding a handgun with the GPS monitor around his ankle. After police raided a house he was in and found guns and drugs, he was arrested once again. This time, he was held without bond on new charges of dealing marijuana, visiting a common nuisance, and invasion of privacy. He stayed in jail until his trial finally began August 19th.
Wow.
You see, if he did not engage in such reckless, let's just call it privileged behavior, he would have been out of jail, free to kill more black men while waiting to see if they're able to even prosecute him after the judge decided to throw out key evidence. This is still an uphill battle. This is insane, isn't it? This is ridiculous. How is it that justice works so swiftly for individuals who are black or brown, but it seems to just say, you know, we really just want to give you another shot, another opportunity, the benefit of the doubt, if you happen to be white, especially a young white male who specifically is charged with killing black people. Remember the Burger King incident? All right, sharing thoughts here.
Yeah, judges do have discretion, and it seems that when the perp looks like Mr. Smith, they get the benefit of it. And that's a shame. But I also think here, I don't know the particulars, but I do know law enforcement is often out of bounds and violates people's rights. So as black men were being hunted and murdered, I see them at fault too. What did you do? What didn't you do? What were you supposed to do to keep us safe?
Yeah, and those internet searches That's just
Wow. Wow. Oh well. Black people don't care about that. Don't yeah. Black folks don't care about that. I don't care about that. I told you this country was made for them. You built this country for them. Well, black, we built this country. No, you built it for them. How's your FBI privilege benefiting you? This is insane. But you see, I hope y'all saw that. He shot 2 brothers and got off. Like literally hunting down black men. And he's a ginger. He's a ginger. Black folks that y'all keep saying, well, ginger are black people. Okay. So why is this ginger's killing y'all? See, nonsense. See, this is what I'm saying. We're not serious. We're not serious. And because you're not serious, that's going to continue happening. That's going to continue happening because your silly ass is not serious. Your outdated book, The Fall of America, is not going to save you. Your pipe dream is not going to save you. These people are not waiting on anything. They putting in their work now. They put in their work now. These people are not playing with you, black folks. Because if it was vice versa, or those brothers, they would put those brothers under the jail. If that was a brother who did that to 2 white boys, they would put that brother under the jail. He's never getting out. They would probably give him a death sentence. They're not playing with y'all. So attacking me is not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. This is real life, man. This ain't no game. I just want to throw that out there. Malcolm X said it best. We are in a war zone. This is a war zone. And we better wake up. We better wake up. You know, you got these clowns, you know, they claiming Muslim and all this other stuff. Like you Muslim, but this Muslim stuff always hated African. The Muslim Islam is not African friendly. Christianity is not African friendly. And it's sad to say you got black people that will put their religion first than their race. I got to change to a Muslim. I got to be Muslim-like for this person to be nice to me. And now the religion becomes the new black first. Religion become new black first. That's why we gotta, you know, this is serious. We gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. Ain't nothing changed. And it's gonna be more white boys than that. It's gonna be more white boys in that. And then what you gonna do? YouTube is not a place. YouTube is not gonna save you. Just getting on here and talking crap, that's not gonna save you. YouTube is not going to save you. Like I said, we got to get this thing called Negro with Guns, man. You got to look into it. I got the DVD. I got to check it out. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm definitely going to look into it. But we gotta start looking into the documentaries and stuff called, reading a book called The Negro with Guns. And not only that, we have to unify. We gotta stop looking at each other as weirdos. We gotta stop looking at each other as different. Oh, I can't fuck with you because you're FBA. I can't mess with you because you're Jamaican. I can't mess with you. We gotta stop doing that, man. We gotta stop doing that. Man, I don't understand black people, man. We just fall in the same hole every fucking day. Same hole. We so busy trusting white folks. When I was growing up, white people couldn't even come to our neighborhood. I don't care how bad our neighborhood was. Ain't no white person coming in our neighborhood. I'll tell you that. I didn't care how bad our neighborhood was. But ain't no white person gonna come in our neighborhood because we already know what they was about. We'll run them out of there. I think the last situation I remember, a white person came through Harlem and black people chased him down, beat the crap out of him. They got arrested. And that was under Barack Obama. But before Barack Obama, we used to beat the shit out of white folks. Ain't nothing happened to us. And get away with it. And get away with it. And get away with it. We need to start going back to that. But we got so caught up into this, we love everybody, but no one loves us. No one loves us. You got Negroes that is so happy that Fat Joe is talking to them. You got black people that are just so happy that Fat Joe is talking to them. And he disrespect them right on air, using the N-word and all this other stuff. He tried to shit on Tupac. He never met Tupac. Dude, you never met Tupac. Oh yeah, Tupac called me because he had a problem in jail because some Latino was going to beat him up. Ain't nobody was going to fuck with Tupac. Especially no fucking Latinos was going to do anything to him. That was a lie. Tupac would have mentioned it. Tupac would have said, "Hey, some Latinos is trying to mess with me." That's a lie. That, how, if that was true, how come Fat Joe never talked about it when Pac was alive? When Pac was alive, he never mentioned that. But black people love to be disrespectful. They love to be disrespected to. And they will have these clowns come on there using the N-word, tell these lies, and make these people more popular than what they are. Same time, they're not on the front lines with you. See what that white boy, ain't no other race of people on the front line with us. We are on our own. We are on our own. And we just got to keep it 100. I'm not here for play. I'm going to say this. My tolerance is very short. Very short. And I'm not going to tolerate it. It got to the point now, if black people even start saying stupid shit, I'm going to disrespect them. And I don't care. I don't care. Like, you ain't going to do nothing to me. You're not going to do nothing to me. You're not going to do nothing to me. And it got to that point because you're not going to just come out your mouth disrespecting me, but then you got this ginger like what I showed you, that y'all Negroes think he's black because he's ginger. And now look what he's doing. Look what he did. I don't understand. And I'm a little surprised about those black dudes that want to go out there and meet this white boy. Like, what's that all about, man? Like, why are y'all trusting your enemy like that? And then you got the audacity to meet this white boy in a woods somewhere. And knowing that he has guns, I don't know if they're trying to cop a gun or they say he was going to show him a gun. I don't know. But just the fact that they trusted this white boy, it's amazing. It's amazing. Just like Malcolm said. He said white people could be friendly, but they can never be your friend. Let me say this again. Malcolm X said that white people could be friendly, but they can never be your friend. Never. Never. You have no friends. I don't care. I don't care. You can lay down with them. I don't care if you can have their child by them. I don't care if they give you a job. I don't care. They can never be your friend. Now they don't mind. They'll do business with you, but a lot of black people get caught up business with friendship. You got to separate that. Just because a white person give you a job, if you got a white person that's supposed to give you a job, technically, if you're qualified for it, they're supposed to give you the job. They're supposed to defend you if you're in court and they happen to be your defender. They're supposed to do that. Just because that's their job doesn't mean they're your friend. That's their job. That's their job. You get hurt, that's their job to take care of you. That's their job to make sure you heal. That's their job. So black people need to get out of this. Oh man, white people are cool because when I got shot, it was a white person that saved my life. But that's their job. If he's a doctor, that's his job to do that. I don't mean because he should say like he's your friend. That's his job. And we need this. Black people need to separate that. They need to separate that. So I just wanted to throw that in there. I want to just keep black people focused and stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. So I just say thanks again for the 6,000 plus. For the 6,000 plus subs that came through. I appreciate it. Appreciate all my people that came in. All right, 12 Bells Hotel. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to 12 Bells. Yes, definitely. Subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. You're welcome, Stacy. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate every last one of y'all for coming through, man. It's been a long road. It's not easy. It's not easy getting these, people subscribe to your channel and stuff like that. It's definitely not easy. It's definitely not easy. Oh yeah, of course they jealous. They probably watch. Hey, they probably watching now. I'm not putting nothing surprise. They're probably watching now. Like, how is he doing it? How is he doing it? Because before you paying for your subs. Prove it. I'm not paying for nothing. I'm not paying nothing. What are you talking about? I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to do that. But but like I said, people will say anything. And you know what it is? A lot of the times because they wish that I was on that platform. And I think that's the bottom line. Because one thing about me, when I'm through with somebody, I'm through with them. I'm through with them. I don't have nothing to say to them. Like at this point, they mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't. If you cannot hold your emotions, then we can't work together. That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna work with emotional Negroes. And another thing too, these people supposed to be religious. You're supposed to be a religious person. And you can't control your emotions because you mad at the world. This world don't owe you nothing. This world don't owe you nothing. I don't owe you nothing but my ass to kiss. I said this in my last video. Then they get mad. They want to side with my enemies and all that other stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't get down with that. You're not gonna do that to me. Oh, I don't like him, so let me go run to his enemy and kiss his enemy's ass. So piss God and Hollywood off. Okay, then you stay over there. How long you thought that relationship that friendship was gonna last? Sister Noble, Nut 7, Bozo Muhammad, none of them are speaking to one of them. None of them. They all hate each other. I broke all that shit up. And they pissed off. Fuck them. Fuck them. Picture me rolling, bitches. To all my enemies, picture me rolling. They mad. I wonder what they're gonna say now. What Bozo Muhammad gonna say? What the turf face mental patient? What are y'all gonna say now? What are y'all gonna say now? Nothing. And I bet you, like I said, we reaching that 7K. I'm trying to reach that 7K. Let's get that 7K. Let's keep pissing them. Let's piss them even more off. And I'm drinking my gold cup. And I got my gold cup. Let's keep pissing them off. I like that. I'm RBG all day. I'm about unity. I'm not about the fuckery. Yo, 12 L, why don't you come up, sis? I put the link in. Shit. Oh, I turned my shit off. Stacy said they need you more than you need them now. Of course. They're not doing anything on our channel. It's all redundant shit. It's all redundant. See, when they was on my platform, we talked about all types of stuff. We had really good. If you look at my past video when I had them goofies on there, we talked about really good quality videos. We had good quality videos, man. Good quality discussions. No religion. No, we talking about like current events, like what's going on. Like I even had a video. I'm coming up with all this stuff, and they're not coming up with nothing. They're not coming up with no good topics. I came up with a topic called blackface. And because blackface with these white people, they still trying to mock black people. And I came up with that. It was a video. It was something that happened. Somebody did a blackface recently, not recently, but during that time. I said, let me do a topic on this. And I had Bozo Muhammad. I had the crack baby from Michigan. We had really good topics, man. But these guys, they have an agenda. They have an agenda. And if their agenda is not what it is, they tend to go somewhere else. Their agenda is beefing. That's what they do. Their agenda is beefing. If they're not arguing with you, they're not going back and forth with you, because they have this thing is drama, violence, sex, that brings attention. I didn't want that for my platform. I did not want that on my platform. That's not what I'm about. Now, I would challenge your information. I have challenged Bozo Muhammad. We had a good debate. He wanted to debate me, and I destroyed him. Now, of course, his followers flunkies thought he won the debate because he kept talking about God and Allah. Of course, you're going to say he won since he keep talking about God and Allah. Yeah, of course that. Of course, you're going to keep saying that. Because one thing about religious people, they don't like history. Where did it come from? Who created it? They don't want to hear. He ignored all of that. But then turns around and tells me I need to take the video down. No, it's on my platform. I'm going to share it. I'm going to let people know how silly how you sound. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking my video down. Now the debate I don't know if you call it debate with him with the mental patient, that was on my platform, and I removed that. I said, "Yo, just make a copy because I'm taking this off my platform." Because that debate that had no subject, that was just some Negro peeing babble, Nation of Islam beef. I didn't want that crap on my, because they wasn't saying anything. They didn't show nothing. They didn't screen share nothing. So I didn't want that crap on my platform. I didn't want that garbage on my platform. That it didn't serve no prop. It didn't serve it don't do nothing for me. They snitching on one another and calling each other names. And I'm like, yo, where's this going? And I knew it was going to be like, because I didn't want to be a moderator. I did not want to moderate that stupid, dumb, whatever you want to call it. You want to call it, I guess it's a debate. I didn't want to be moderated to that garbage. That was stupid. And they knew that was stupid. They knew that. But one of them got mad at me. Oh, well, he supposed to be a moderator. He didn't No, I did not want to moderate. No. I thought I made that perfectly clear. Yep, I won the war. Facts. I won the war. And I'm going to continue winning. Why they still scratching for subs and likes? They still scratching. They still trying to get out that hole. Bozo Muhammad. Then Bozo Muhammad, he's not even 500 yet. Bozo Muhammad is not even 500 yet. That's sad. And remind you, I had my channel since 2009. I had the same channel since 2009. It took almost a 10-year break. 10-year break. Then I came back again around 2018. Think about it. While I took a 10-year break putting in work outside of YouTube, these Negroes on YouTube every day talking about nothing. Every day, every year. No, I'm sorry. Every day, every month, every year, talking about nothing. Talking about nothing. So what work have they done? If you're on YouTube every day, what work have you done? You didn't do nothing. They don't got nothing. They have nothing. Brady P said, "Guys, your hater have to realize what's meant for you is only for you." Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I've been saying. What meant for me, it's for me. But you need haters. You need haters, man, because people are going to see that. They're going to be like, why does this person hate this person so much? Why does this person hate this person? That's like me talking about Hassan Campbell every day, all day. I'm not going to be sitting there. I'm not going to be sitting there. Now, don't get me wrong. If Hassan Campbell do something outrageous, yeah, I'm going to talk about it because I think it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's floating around YouTube like crazy, I'm going to talk about it. But I'm not going to be sitting there talking about Tommy Sotomayor. You see, I don't talk about Tommy Sotomayor. I destroyed him with that when he did his porn thing. He tried to do porn. There's really nothing to say after that. I don't have nothing to say about that. Dude, you're a lame on. So I don't sit there and badge. I'm not getting into all that. I'm not going to be talking about people every day, talking about Pan-Africanism every day. I'm not going to be sitting there talking about Islam every day. I'm not going to be doing that. I don't know how people be doing that every day. Every day they do it. You got to change up your content. You got to change your content, man. That's just how it is. Because your audience get bored. Your audience will get bored. When you watch these talk shows, they don't talk about the same issue every day. They change up the content. They talk about different things. You got to do that. That's one thing about being educated. You see the whole world. You don't see a spot. One thing about being educated, you see the whole world than what it is. You don't look at a spot and say, okay, that's the world. You see it, you see the whole world for what it is. But these haters, they're not educated. Ask them how far their education is. You got one B-Rab, he can only show you a high school diploma. I don't know if that high school diploma is real or fake, but that's the only thing he can show you is a high school diploma. The other B-Rab, he could show you a pharmacy certificate. That's the only thing he got, a pharmacy. He don't got no college degree. I have a college degree. I have it in business. I'm just saying. I'm thinking about getting my master's. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I got more education than them. Because I don't look at the world just one way. Because when you go to college, you meet people all over. You meet people all over the fucking planet. These people are just stuck. They just in their own little bubble. When they think about FBA, they think all FBAs are the same. That's not true. We are not the same. If people from New York go to California, they're going to realize that black people over there are not the same. They don't sound the same. Their accents is different. Their lingo is different. Their dress codes, they're not the same. We are not the same. You might have the same ethnicity. We might have the same ethnicity, but as the same, no, we're not the same. Not every black person eat grits. Not every black person, not every black person eats, I don't know, crab legs or whatever, seafood. Not every black people eat seafood. We're not the same. But according to these B-Rebs, it's all about my people. Who's your people? It's all about us. They always keep saying that. It's all about us. Oh, please. It's sad. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's really, really sickening. It's really sickening. She says, nutcase. She said, nut is only mentally disturbed. Yeah, he's out there, man. I mean, we seen it. We seen it when he had the conversation with Stephen. We seen it. We seen it. But I don't bother him. I don't watch his stuff. I don't watch his videos. I don't bother him. But he had the tendency to bother me. Or you run your mouth. But you've been running your mouth for 20 years. And still can't get your numbers up. Oh, Google keep terminating my channels. No, because Google terminate your channel because you hate speech. Because you hate speech. Your terrorism speech. You know you can't be saying certain things on YouTube. That's just how it is. I would terminate your channel too. It has nothing to do with what you're saying. It's like when you start talking about, you want to murder and all, using the word murder and someone you want to do something to the White House and all that. Come on, man. That's not cool, man. Can't be saying that stuff on YouTube on air. If my whole thing is like this, if you're big and bad, just do it. That's all I gotta say. Just do it. Just shut your mouth and do it. Other than that, be quiet. That's all I gotta say. If you don't like this country, then do something about it. Then do something about it. Just shut the hell up and stop coming on YouTube. And that's how people get caught. You ever notice that? That's how people get caught. They snitching on themselves and they want to know why FBI is coming at their door. There's one dude, I never forget this one video. I don't know if Stacey, you probably seen it. Rennie P, you probably seen it. I don't know. Or 12 Vels probably seen this video where this dude literally after he robbed a store. Then got on social media flashing the money on camera. And while he was making a video, he heard the cops coming in through his door. Like, how insane is that? Like, you got to be a stupid. No, I won't even say you got to be the most stupidest person ever to do something silly like that. In my generation, we would never. In my generation, we could never do that. I remember one time my homeboy. Well, I haven't seen him in a long time. I hope he's doing well. And I remember we was young at the time. So it was so funny because he had a bag, right? And he was just like, yo, I'm trying to get home. So what's going on? So I'm walking to his house. He said one of his boys robbed a white boy. White boy had cash in his bag. He had like at least $2,000 on him. Took all his cash took the cash. Then he gave it to a friend of mine, and he went upstairs. This is like, man, this was like going back early 90s, somewhere in the 90s. I forgot what year that was. Man, it was. Then we went upstairs. He showed me the money. I was like, damn. I said, oh shit. Now at the time, I'm young, I'm broke. Shit, I wish I can get some of that cash, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, nah, I gotta hold this for my homeboy. So, make a long story short, the guy gave him like $700 for holding it. So I was like, well, that's nice of him, you know what I'm saying? But it was never we're gonna put this on social media and all this other stuff or glorify, even though social media didn't exist at the time. But it was nothing like that. We would never be that stupid like that because we were smarter at those times. We were very smart. Oh, excuse me. We wasn't gonna do nothing goofy like that. But now you got dudes out here, they ratting on themselves. And I supposed to feel sorry for that? Nah. You deserve to get caught. You deserve to go to jail. You do something stupid, that's what you belong. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. So, it's been over 2 hours. Man, I want to thank everybody for coming through, man. This been a really, really good program. Again, let's reach that 7K next time. That's what I'm looking forward to it. And we almost there. We are almost there. You know what I'm saying? I will continue posting and putting the message out. But hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Subscribe. Share. And yeah, man, let's keep moving. Let's keep growing, keep supporting. Like I said, your support is making me who I am. Your support is making me who I am. And check out my other videos. Just go through my channel, check out my other videos. If you haven't seen, check out that Brandon video, man. That was crazy. Check out the one with Brandon almost got into a fight with that suspect dude. That was a good one. Check out the one that I did about Bozo Muhammad. You know, my rebuttal with Bozo Muhammad. Check out that one. You know, I might have to repost that again. Some video, some stuff that I left out. I should have forgot to add that in there. But so yeah, check those out, man. Like, yeah, check out my live, check out my short videos. I like to hear your thoughts. You know, what's your thoughts on these things, man? Because these are some powerful messages I'm trying to promote and put out there, so we won't lose ourselves as a race of people, man. So yeah, we just got to stick together, keep growing as a people, keep supporting one another, keep loving one another. I'm talking about real love, and I'm not all this fake love or I'm a bully, this bully love or pipe dream love and all that. I'm not getting all that. I'm talking about real race first love, man. Race first love. Fuck all that B1 bullshit. Let's do that race first. Let's do the art. Let's do race first. Let's make it seem race is first. Our race is first. Okay? Let's do that. Let's put that back into the fact. Okay? So with that said, I am out of here. Thank you so much for supporting the brother. With that said, let's keep it strong, and let's keep it strong, and let's keep it powerful. Let's keep it 100. All right, let's keep the fire burning. All right. So with that said, peace, one love. I'm out.
you.